Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor. I'm your host, Jamie Bloom. Kyle Bauer starts us off today with a conversation with Jim Gray, the Executive Director of the National Drovers Hall of Fame in Ellsworth. Next, enjoy our weekly Kansas Soybean update. Then learn the importance of cattlemen to understand how their calves perform beyond the pasture. We'll end with Kyle and Duane Toews and this week's Plain Talk.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Grain Sorghum. Growers working together. Find out more at kansasgrainsorghum.org.
Welcome to Farm Factor. Let's join Kyle and Jim Gray as they discuss the story behind the National Drovers Hall of Fame in Ellsworth.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer. I have the opportunity to visit with Jim Gray. Jim is the Executive Director of the National Drovers Hall of Fame. Jim, you're at Ellsworth. That's where the Hall of Fame is. Tell us about the Hall of Fame.
The National Drovers Hall of Fame was conceived as a way to honor the old trail drivers of the cattle trailing industry going back into the middle 1860s and 70s and all the way up to the turn of the century. So it's this massive story of driving cattle from Texas to Illinois, from Texas to Kansas, across the western states into Montana and Wyoming. It's that whole adventure of trailing cattle and man and horse and adventure.
So Ellsworth, of course, was one of the cow towns. If people want to take advantage of the work that you've done on restoring that heritage, or how might they participate?
Okay. Well, we have a newsletter that we put out that you can contact us for, and that keeps you up to date as to what we're doing. We're developing a website, but that is not in place yet. You can contact us through the National Drovers Hall of Fame, Post Office Box 415 in Ellsworth, 67439. And if you want to give me a call, I'll put my phone number out there. It's 785-531-2058, and we can bring you up to date on what we're doing. So.
Now, Jim, a few years ago, you even drove cattle for several weeks into Ellsworth. Was that kind of the part of also the Drovers Hall of Fame?
That was actually separate from the National Drovers Hall of Fame, although we participated in that. But it was meant to help celebrate the 150th anniversary of the state of Kansas. And so we got together and put together 400 head of cattle that we drove from south of the Caldwell on this Kansas state line all the way to Ellsworth, 220 miles in 3 weeks. It's quite an adventure.
We're visiting with Jim Gray, and we're in Ellsworth, Kansas. This is Kyle Bauer reporting.
Folks, stay with us after the break for information about the 150th anniversary of the Chisholm Trail.
Grain sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide, and Kansas leads the nation in its production. Over the years, sorghum has been either exported, used in animal feed domestically, or for other industrial uses. Recently, its use in the ethanol market has seen tremendous growth, with 30% of domestic sorghum typically going to ethanol production. Kansas Grain Sorghum is committed to sorghum research, market development, and education. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org.
Lecompton. The name was splashed across newspapers throughout America and Europe. It was debated in the halls of Congress. Lecompton interprets its unique territorial history with 2 museums and other sites. Events throughout the year celebrate history and community.
Experience the life of the mountain man, American Indian, trappers, and traders at the annual Bald Eagle Rendezvous, September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
Spend the day in historic Lecompton, shopping, eating, savoring the rich history.
Support Kansas agriculture education with an AgriTag. Agri-tags are available anytime at your county treasurer. They look great on cars and trucks. For more information, go online to ksagclassroom.org.
Watch Ag AM in Kansas online at agaminkansas.com. This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Welcome back to Farm Factor as Kyle and Jim share information about the celebration in 2017 of the 150th anniversary of the Chisholm Trail.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer from Ellsworth, continuing to visit with Jim Gray. He's the Executive Director of the National Drovers Hall of Fame. Some big news coming up in 2017. 2011, you were part of a cattle drive across Kansas, but a lot bigger deal going on in 2017.
Yes, 2017 will be 150 years for the founding of the Chisholm Trail, and I've been involved with efforts to bring the three states of Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas together for promotion of the Chisholm Trail during that time period. And what has just begun to come about is the development of a cattle drive that will take place from, believe it or not, from San Antonio to Abilene, Kansas during from April 1st to July 1st of 2017.
Now, this isn't like driving 10 or 12 head.
No, we again, this is all just beginning to develop, but we're looking to have about 300 to 400 head of Texas Longhorn cattle in the drive, wanting breeders to consign their cattle for the drive, and we're putting together the whole system. It takes a lot of logistics to move these cattle across nearly 800 miles, but probably more so than it did 150 years ago, because now we have urban America to drive through too, or around, or however we're going to make that work. We're laying out the route right now. It's going to be 13 weeks on the trail, another additional week to just get ready for it. So, yeah. So
if people are interested in trying to participate, is there an opportunity?
Yes, we have put up for our website. We have a Facebook page, which is you can find it at the Texas Longhorn Cattle Drive, Chisholm Trail 17. Long address, but we are looking for people to apply to be drovers, and we need full-time drovers, we need part-time drovers, we need support people to help move everything from camp to camp. There's a lot that we are looking for help for. Yes.
On the other hand, it probably will take some experience. I mean, there will be an application process, and not just everybody will be invited to ride along. You might be able to watch things go by.
Right. Well, we definitely are looking for experienced hands to move the cattle. There will be an opportunity for guest riders to buy into riding. We're going to keep that number limited to something small enough to handle, but that is also a possibility. So.
We're visiting with Jim Gray. We're in Ellsworth, Kansas, but we're talking about a cattle drive that will take place early in the summer of 2017 from San Antonio all the way to Abilene, Kansas. This is Kyle Bauer reporting.
Come back after this word from our sponsors for this week's Kansas Soybean Update.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
It's rodeo time in Sabetha. Come to the 61st Annual Northeast Kansas Rodeo on July 16th and 17th. Steer wrestling, calf roping, bull riding, and more. It's an exciting event for your whole family. The Sabetha Rodeo. Don't you dare miss it.
Thanks for staying with us. Here is this week's Kansas Soybean Update.
This is the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. We're joined now by Kevin Hoyer, who is a Wisconsin soybean producer, and he was a participant in the DuPont Young Leader Program back in 2003. What is the DuPont Young Leader Program all about?
Well, the DuPont Young Leader Program is an excellent program that brings up-and-coming leaders within the soybean industry. Age is not really a requirement. They call it a young leader, but it's really young in leadership. It's a couples-oriented program that pulls together 27 different couples from around the country and runs them through programs that help them in their leadership roles on learning how to manage themselves and manage different types of personalities they may be coming across.
When you went through the program, what was the biggest thing you took out of that?
The biggest thing I took out of the program was just the training we received on how to handle the different situations you would come across, how to manage different types of personalities, even your own personality, how to maintain a positive message to the people you are working with, whether it's in your own business or in any other leadership role that you may choose.
Do you find you've had to use that training a lot?
I found the training very helpful, even in everyday instances, whether I'm with my duties on the American Soybean Association board or on the farm or in my ag retail business. It certainly has helped to go through such a training to be able to help understand the different personalities that are involved.
So if you're a Kansas producer and want to apply for the DuPont Young Leader Program, the deadline is coming up on September 15th.
That is correct. Don't forget to get your applications in before that deadline, but it's really helped me out over the years to be able to progress in my leadership roles and in my business roles. It's also been an excellent opportunity to meet people from across the country and be able to converse with different types of farmers from all over the country. That also help you in your own farming business to look for new things and help improve your overall farming operations.
And for Kansas soybean growers, if you'd like to apply for the DuPont Young Leader Program, you have until September 15th to do so. And you can do that by going to soygrowers.com and click on the information on the Young Leader Program. That is Kevin Hoyer, a Wisconsin producer. He is highlighting the DuPont Young Leader Program, which he was a participant in 2003. This has been the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Learn more at kansassoybeans.org. For Kansas Soybeans, I'm Greg Akagi.
Hope you enjoyed the Kansas Soybean Update. Up next, learn why cattlemen should know how their calves perform beyond the pasture.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
This segment brought to you by Heinen Brothers Ag. Farmers helping farmers by offering quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia. Call today to protect your crop yield.
Welcome back to Farm Factor. See why improvement is more of a journey than a goal for this cattle producer.
Improvement is more of a journey than a goal. Farmers and ranchers just aim for a tomorrow far better than yesterday. Genetics are key to that for Florida rancher Ken Greiner. He looks at report cards from the feed yard to see how well he's raising cattle to meet consumer beef demand.
As far as I'm concerned, that's when we got our education in the cow business. Feeding cattle is when you really learn about the cow business and what you're doing and what you're accomplishing and why your cattle sold for 5 cents a pound more or 5 cents a pound less.
Greiner says keeping up with data takes time, as much as some seed stock operators spend on records, but it opens a door to what are otherwise missed opportunities.
Not only from a knowledge standpoint, but from a dollar return standpoint. A lot of people spend so much money chasing good genetics, but unless you feed those cattle, a lot of times you're not going to get the return that you should.
For people on the fence, Greiner says, take the leap and see what you started. He's seen the benefits and applied the knowledge for more than a decade.
It goes from wondering about some things that you've wondered about all your life to understanding them better, and I think it was one of the best things we've ever done.
I'm Bob Cervera.
After the break, it's time for today's Plain Talk with Kyle Bauer and Duane Toews.
Earlier in my life, I rode bucking horses and rodeos, and my shoulders took such a beating, and that was probably the reason for having several previous surgeries on both shoulders. About a year ago, I decided that I didn't want to have another surgery, and so I contacted Kansas Regenerative Medicine, took their treatment process. It was relatively pain-free. Now, after 8 months, my shoulders have healed to the point where I think I'm probably 90 to 95% of normal. It takes a couple of months to start to see results and feel real progress. That continued to increase gradually until now at approximately 8 months, and I'm extremely pleased. I've got full range of motion. I can lift weights, I can throw, I can do a lot of things that I couldn't do without a lot of pain previously.
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand, and I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.
Here's another gardening tip with Annette Jackson from Jackson's Greenhouse.
Fresh herbs are healthy and add zest to almost every recipe. The folks at Jackson's grow more than 50 varieties of herbs right here, and many are available year-round. Our staff has hands-on experience and can't wait to assist you with your herb needs. Stop in and see us at Jackson's. We're open 7 days a week.
Our annual June clearance is now bigger than ever. Choose Mix or Match flat specials or buy one, get one half off the second plant.
Through the generosity of Dr. Eva Gardner and Dr. Dan Thompson, Kansans now have the opportunity to support the wildfire relief effort by purchasing a signed and numbered print of the original painting, A Walk Through Henry's Dreams, by Dr. Gardner. This gallery quality print is only $200. Order your print today online or call 785-273-5115. Please help support the Kansas Livestock Foundation Wildfire Relief Fund.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply. Watch Ag AM in Kansas online at agaminkansas.com. Segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're back for another Plain Talk with Kyle and Duane.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer with Plain Talk with Duane Toews.
Kyle Bauer, your fact or fiction question of the day. The state insect of Pennsylvania is the firefly. Fact or fiction?
No, that is fiction because they don't allow fireflies in Pennsylvania.
It's true.
Oh, really?
State insect of Pennsylvania, the firefly. You know, the firefly is like the precursor to turning all young people into, serial killers.
Why is that? Oh, because they all put them in the little jar and make them die.
Well, they tear them apart and put the little glowy part on their finger like a ring. Did you never do that?
I'm not admitting that on television, I guarantee, or radio. I think, whoa.
Every kid I knew separated the glowy part from the rest of the insect.
Did you have to separate it while it was glowing, or when you separated it, did it become? So when it was glowing, then you could pinch it off, and make yourself a glowing ring.
Like a diamond ring.
Huh. Wow.
We didn't have a lot of money when I was a kid.
That's pretty nasty. I think good thing. I bet that's in your permanent record.
That could be.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'd like to go back and look at my permanent record.
Oh, you don't have that much time to read all that.
And my high school permanent record, I would like to read that.
I talked to my wife about that, and she doesn't think they hang around that long.
Oh, really? Do they shred them?
They, at some point, so many years after their statute of limitations
is already passed, and so
that's what I got from her, whether she knew what she was talking about or not.
Kind of disappointed. I really would like to go back and see what
those teachers wrote about.
See what they said.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit like, straighten up, and this going in your permanent record, a little bit like having your name on the board. Oh gosh, don't put my name on the board.
On the board.
Yeah.
What am I going to do now?
Do you like vanilla ice cream?
I can tolerate it. I'm not a big ice cream eater, period.
I will tell you, vanilla ice cream is going up. Buy your vanilla ice cream now. Everybody out there, get out there.
Why?
Because it's terrible shortage of it. There's basically 3 places in the world that it comes from, and Madagascar is the biggest producer, and I'll find the others sooner or later.
Madagascar is an ice cream producer?
Yeah, and Mexico. No, vanilla. Did I say ice cream?
You said ice cream.
Vanilla.
Okay.
Vanilla. Okay, Madagascar, Mexico, and Tahiti.
Now it's being more clear.
All right. So it's the vanilla part, not the ice cream.
Gotcha.
But that's where most of the vanilla is used in ice cream. And usually one of the cheaper ice creams you can get is
vanilla.
Exactly, but that's all going to go by the wayside. Did you know it was hand pollinated?
No.
It opens for less than a day. And it has to be pollinated during that day.
The vanilla bean?
And that all has to be, they bloom.
Right.
And then the bean grows.
The bean grows from the bloom.
Yeah. The high-value crop also has been a target for criminals. And so the farmers, because it's gotten so valuable, the farmers are harvesting it early so it doesn't get stolen, and it's not as strong of a vanilla flavor. So therefore, the amount of vanilla you have to put in goes up. So it's kind of a spiral up or a spiral down.
So there will be more bootlegging of vanilla out of Mexico into the U.S.? Is that the case?
I think that's what all those smugglers are doing. They're bringing vanilla.
Vanilla. Possibly.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm your host, Jamie Bloom, and I hope you enjoyed the show. See you next week on Farm Factor. We're here every Tuesday on Ag AM in Kansas.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. To see this show and past episodes of Ag AM in Kansas, go online to agamandkansas.com.